Hey all, Hipper here. So it looks like most of you are a little bit sick of Edinburgh videos, so I'm not going to actually finish the whole week. Instead, we're going to do a standard damage build with Müller here on the tier 7 premium German cruiser Mainz. So I'm putting everything into HE here, pretty much, HE and reload, which makes this quite a dangerous ship. In some ways, perhaps better than Weimar, in some ways not. Weimar is better because it's at a tier lower, really, but Mainz is just a nasty ship as well. It's not as much fun as Hipper, I think, but it is still definitely a good ship. And this is not an agile build, this is a traditional like damage build, and some of you have asked for more traditional builds, so we'll do a few videos once in a while with a more traditional build. So this is naturally capture the base, so I'm going to seek in towards the middle a little bit and see if I can't get a good shot at most of the red team from in there. And then hopefully they will start to flank, or at least move out a little bit, and then I can get some good damage with this build here. And I also just want to say thank you to all of you who showed up for the first official Hipper stream earlier today. That went much better than I could ever have thought, actually. We had more than 100 people watching all of the time on YouTube alone, and then Twitch on top. So it was a very good, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Of course, it will be a little bit more interesting if next time I invite some other people to play with me in Division, because I mean, it's just more fun that way, I think, when you stream. So next time I will see if I can hijack a few other agile cruiser aficionados, and then we'll see how we can shake up a few games in 3 agile cruisers. So like I said, I had a really good time, and I really enjoyed all the chatter in the chat, obviously, and it all went a lot quicker and easier and smoother than I had ever thought it would. So thank you all of you who stopped by, and if it was even just for a few minutes just to have a peek. It was a great experience, and I'm happy I did it. And just to get back to Edinburgh week for a minute here, I can see on the views that you're a little bit tired of Edinburgh videos, and that's fine. There has been a lot of Edinburgh videos in the last few weeks, because I have mainly been playing that ship in the last few weeks, obviously. So that's okay. I still have probably a dozen videos, so we'll save them for some other time. I'll drip feed them along just like I usually do. So don't worry, Edinburgh week is over. We'll do some other stuff from now on. And like I said, we are starting with this Mainz battle here. So I'm slowly trying to draw the Reds a little bit closer on this flank here, and if I can, at some point, I want to torp a few battleships. That's my favorite thing in this game here. And the best place to torp battleships, pretty much on any map. That's not true. There are other good maps as well, but this is a really good one here, right in the middle of the map. If you can get into that position there in either a Hipper, a Mainz, an Edinburgh, or a Prince Eugen, then it's pretty much impossible for anyone to approach the base from that direction, because you just turn on your sonar, of course, and just keep everyone spotted. And you have a wealth of torpedoes. So, well, like you could obviously see here, this guy here should have turned a long time ago, because he is going to get devastated by this, well, bunch of torpedoes here, and he is, well, out of the game. So like I said, this position right here is good. It's a good spot, especially on capture the base, because obviously, well, people need to capture the base, and if they can't break through on the flanks, they'll have to break through in here in the middle. And if you have a Mainz and you're in a position like this, yeah, it's going to be a really tough deal to, well, be of any use, basically. So there's Iowa, for example. He's sitting there, but he knows I'm in here. So he can just take fire from my flank, or he can push in here. There's really no alternative because he's too far forward, basically. So we just gotta keep an eye on both flanks here. I tend to forget to have a look to this side here on the right if there's like a juicy battleship about to push, like in this instance here. So it's important to well, to not forget about your other side. And here I get some pretty juicy damage off this North Carolina here while I wait for the Iowa to make it move. Because sooner or later that guy's gonna have to push, because the Reds are behind already. They're substantially behind. So sooner or later he will have to actually make a move. And that's okay, I have plenty of time because we are ahead on points. So there's really no rush for me. I can just sit here and, well, like MetaJerk says, you have access to the whole enemy team from here. And no one can really attack you unless they rush you. And like I said before, no one's in their right mind is going to rush the mines unless the torpedoes are on reload. Of course mine aren't. And that Iowa, he's just sitting there biding his time, cooking up some sort of plan, I'm sure. But the reality is that he is in a bad spot. And my team are actually spreading out nicely on one flank, meaning that it's really hard for the Reds to find somewhere with sanctuary, like this North Carolina here. He's really trying to find somewhere where he can just sit in peace. But he can pretty much get hit by, pretty much from any angle, because our team is so spread out. And we even have a destroyer in the Red base, so it's looking well. We have lost 2 battleships that we didn't lose earlier in the game, so we are equal on ships. The loss of 2 battleships also means that the points don't look as nice as they did before, because losing 2 battleships is, what is that, 170 points, something like that? Something along those lines. So we're pretty much equal on points now. Well, give or take a few. But that didn't last long because now they lost a battleship. And finally, this Iowa here is making a move. And I guess it has something to do with this Kagero here actually going ahead and spotting for him. And of course I don't have my sonar ready, which is a bit of an oversight here. I can't remember what I used that for because I really haven't. Maybe I was just using it for spotting. So the Iowa is pushing, and we got a very nice shot at the Kagero there, but unfortunately didn't finish him off. But the Iowa got, well, he got what he deserved. No, he didn't really deserve that. Because, like I said, he was just sitting there, and yeah, what can you do? Can't go back, can't go forward. So, well, sooner or later you just have to move and do something. Otherwise, you'll get bored to death, really. So we have another one, and this is going to be a real torpedo party. This battle here. I really enjoy torpedo parties. Like I've said a few times, it's the best thing to do in this game. It is to torp battleships. And you have to torp them from a cruiser, not a destroyer. That's unfair. Cruisers, yeah, it's just a lot more fun. It's rare you really get these battles here where you get to torp battleships left and right. So when it happens, I treasure it like nothing else because it's fun. And there's pretty much not a better ship for torping battleships than Mainz. Well, Atago is good at it as well, actually. Perhaps slightly better. Yep, and the Vanguard gave us our high caliber. We got 3 kills and we got no less than 11 torp hits. That's a lot for a cruiser. So there's still left 3 cruisers. So there is the potential to reach 200,000 damage in this game here. I'm a little bit far away from those guys, so at this point here I think I'm probably not going to rack up a lot more. Because by the time I get over on the other flank, I'm assuming these guys are going to be dead. Because we have 3 hungry battleships and 3 squishy cruisers, and they all, pushed to one side of the map. So as long as one battleship gets a good shot at any of them over there, he just needs, a few salvos to take them all out. So I wish my Mainz was a little bit faster here, so I can move over and be part of the party. But sometimes it's just not meant to be. And to be honest, I probably also had my share of red ships in this battle here, so it's all good. So you can immediately see when I don't play an agile cruiser, I'm much less aggressive. And I also like to hit islands a lot more. No, that was an accident. But in general, I mean, agile cruiser builds are built to be aggressive. That's the whole point. While on the other hand, when you have an actual like offensive build on your cruisers, you need to play a little bit more carefully. Like also I did in the beginning. I didn't just rush out on the flank because I can't really dodge shots very well in this ship here. Well, in this build here. So it's better to well, it's much better to just shoot some mountains here like I'm doing now. Again, mistake. No, but like I said, I'm not the one to judge if an agile build is better or a more traditional build is better. If I have to be honest, I really don't think any of the builds matter that much. The number one thing you need to have as a good World of Warships player is patience. And of course situational awareness, but all that takes is to look at the map. Patience is really what you need, and I admit I lack patience sometimes, and that's probably why I enjoy agile builds, because I feel like there's more action in the game when I play an agile cruiser compared to this. Well, this was actually quite a action-packed game with all those torp runs, but it is not the usual way these things work. So agile builds, I find them just in general more fun to play, while more traditional builds, they require a bit more strategic thinking and a little bit more caution, let's call it that. Because definitely in an agile cruiser, although you have to be cautious, but sometimes you also have to throw that caution overboard and just go for gold, because that's what agile cruisers do best, really. So I just get a an assist here in the cap. Nice little extra XP there, although I didn't really do much for it. So 174 high caliber, 3 kills, 11 torps, and 2600 XP. Actually not a lot of XP. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you out there.